All right, Jen is back with us with something really cool from Cella again. Oh, it's full. You roll it up?
Yes.
I must have.
This
okay.
is awesome.
17 inch by 13 inch, so really big. Silicone Antimicrobial, I'm getting good at it.
Yes, you are.
Drying mat that rolls up, so easy storage. It's almost like it's segmented, it's raised. So again, as we were talking about with your stemware, your glassware, it's not gonna steam.
That's right.
This is K96538 and it's $3.20 on your Easy Pay. I have 4 colors for you. You're looking at the redwood right now. Are we gonna do them on .com or do you want me to do them up here? Okay, here we go. Here's your white linen coming up on QVC.com. There's graphite. There's redwood. And then most limited is your Seaport teal. What are these? I'm seeing all these things from Cella I've never seen before.
Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah.
So we actually introduced this earlier this year and you will love it because it really does make drying your dishes so much easier. Much like our last item, you can use it as we show over there as a colander. So if you want to rinse and prep your produce once you get it home from that farmer's market, then you can go ahead and do that. But what I love about this is if you look down here on this side, you can actually see it's a little thicker all the way back here, and then it very slowly gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. And what you're doing is you are pushing that water down to the draining lip, as I like to call it. So then that way when you rinse your dishes, that water that would otherwise accumulate on this drying mat is actually being forced into the sink if you keep this over the sink.
Super smart.
Very smart.
And then you just roll it up and you pop it in a drawer when you're all done.
Exactly.
So this replaces that big, bulky eyesore.
Yes.
of the draining, what are they called? Draining.
Yeah, like a drying rack.
Draining rack, thank you. Could not think of the word rack to save my life.
That's okay.
I think they're an eyesore. And like, I don't have that much space anyway. I don't want to leave it out. Like, it kind of like ruins the zen flow of my kitchen. This is something that I would use all of the time, but I just leave it in a drawer.
Well, right, and I think for so many of us, maybe you're downsizing. Maybe you're just trying to cut out the things that don't serve you well and you just want smarter options in your kitchen so you don't have to eat up so much of your countertop space. What I love about this is Julie is showing you, you can fold it up. You roll it up. There is a hook on there, or excuse me, not a hook, but a lock, if you will, a strap that keeps it in place. Tuck it in a drawer. So when it's not being used, tuck it away. You don't have to leave it out all the time. And it just has a nice little button on there. And then when you're ready to use it, unfold it. Great also for campers. I know a lot of us are getting ready to hit the road. You're going to go camping. You're going here and there. Well, there's minimal countertop space on the camper.
Yes.
So this way, it eats up far less space for you. But it's not just for washing your dishes and keeping those out. It can also be used for, and I'll show you right here, notice as I add water, look at what's happening.
Oh yeah!
It's pushing all of the water out to the side, or excuse me, the front. So all of that water is being forced based on the direction. See, it's continuing to flow. So based on the direction of these grooves, the center valley, if you will, it all forces it down. The center valley.
Listen to you. Oh, it's hysterical. The center valley.
The center valley. Oop, and I overpoured. Sorry, that was my fault. I was a little overzealous there. But look at how simple this is.
Yeah. That's really smart idea. So all of that fresh produce that you're picking up from the farmer's market, from the grocery store, you could just rinse it right there. But then also when those delicate items that you have to do by hand, like your stemware, like your glassware, like your knives, like those Bobby Flay knives that are so pretty. Did you see those?
Those were beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, and I love it. You were showing like the weightiness of the handle.
Yeah.
It does make sense to have it like that complete balance. I'm so sorry, Joe. I made a huge mess over here with the water. I was overzealous. We're going to need a towel.
She got excited. She got excited, but that's okay. We get excited when it comes to Cella. Oh my gosh, you did.
I did. I told you. I dumped it instead of like a generous pour. No, I'm so sorry.
Just water.
We really should not be left alone in the kitchen together.
All right, so let me take you through colors on QVC.com, if you don't mind. There we go. We have it in the white linen. Oh my gosh, how much water did you use, Jen? Here's your graphite. Redwood.
Oh my gosh.
And finally, we have it in the Seaport teal as well. I'm going to clean up the floor, too, just so no one slips.
Thank you.
There we go. Wow. Can't take you anywhere, Jen.
I know. I'm sorry.
K965. X38 is your item number, but it just rolls up and it's on the go. This is great for like first apartments, downsizing, as you said earlier. Like I have a little apartment, I don't have that much space, and I don't want a big drying rack out there. So this is a really, really genius idea, and it takes up next to no space.
Yes, and I love you mentioned it's antimicrobial. So this is that silicone antimicrobial that you've already know and love from Cella and so many of our other items that we have in the line. But again, this is actually a great viewpoint there. You can see that center valley. So all of that water is going to get pushed from the sides right into the center, and as it goes down, it's going into this lip. And you'll notice that the lip is really, really thin compared to the sides that you'll see on the other side. So as I as I take this to the side, sorry, you're going to notice that it's a little thicker on the back than it is on the front. And then that way it forces that water to go all the way down to that front. And here's another good example of that as well.
Beautiful. So this is a really smart idea. Cella is always coming up with these really fabulous ideas to keep things streamlined in our homes. And one of the biggest, bulkiest items that so many of us has is that drying rack.
It is.
It is huge. It just sits there as an eyesore on the side of your sink. This is something that you bring it out when you need it, you use it, and you put it away. Can I throw this in the dishwasher or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Pop this in the dishwasher. Because it is silicone, you can absolutely do that. So if it gets a little gunky or something else gets on it, go ahead, pop it in the dishwasher. It's going to keep it clean. And I do love the fact that we have all of these incredible colors too. I'm surprised. We usually sell a lot of colors pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, you're in luck then if you're tuning in. We have all the colors still available. Can I put this in the fridge if I'm defrosting my steaks?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And even too, if you wanted to go ahead and take all of your produce, so if you have it rinsing over there and you wanted to go ahead and pop this in the refrigerator, absolutely you can do that.
No, that makes perfect sense to me. Look, we have reduced shipping and handling. This is the line that you can only find right here at QVC. This is the line that keeps us organized, clever, listens to your customer reviews and comments as well. So really creates things for you and your own home. So here is your white linen, which you can barely see. Here's your graphite. There's your redwood. And then the most limited is your seed port teal. It's $3.20 on an easy pay. It's K96